Hey guys, I want to talk briefly about instructional practices for the upcoming school year. Last school year, everybody was just working so hard and killing it. It was the first time we had common benchmark assessments implemented in all core subjects on this campus. People were really being data driven, and honestly, we had learning gains and we had great growth. And so I just really feel we're in the right direction. And so this year, kind of out of that data mindset has come the birth of the newly revised curriculum maps. And I want to talk about those today. And so curriculum maps have been around as long as I've been here. And so they really were just kind of a pacing guide, at least for our department they were. And so this past school year, I got with some teachers and just through conversation with different admin and teachers, we just kind of wanted to really make it a more seamless process as far as less work on the teacher, but encourage more collaboration. Not to mention that the state has a requirement that curriculum maps be posted on the school district's website. And so by coming up together with this template, we feel like it can satisfy a lot of those requirements and kill a bunch of birds with one stone. And so curriculum maps are a plan for learning. You take the learning outcome, what do I want my students to know based on the standard or benchmark? And then the curriculum map is how am I going to teach that? What is the learning process? Once I've done that, how am I going to assess? And what does the assessment results reveal that I may need to change to drive instruction? And so it's just this continuous process that's going to be really exciting for us this school year. And so everybody should have access to the template. And so the idea is that you get with your grade level department. And so for me, it was 7th grade history. And so that was Russ Langley, Sean Mahan, Cindy Hawkins, and myself. And the idea is that we would get together after school or before school or whatever time's convenient and start planning the units around those standards. And so you can see on the first page, it's the first of 3 pages. The first 2 pages will be posted to the district's website. The third will not because it's pretty personal. But you would get together with your grade level department and you'd plan, you'd start unpacking those standards. And we really are going to have to be very conscious this year about looking at the new standards. Some of these new best standards, especially in the field of ELA, the state has bumped the rigor up. And so the only way we're going to be successful as a school is to bump the rigor up ourselves. And so hopefully through this curriculum map, we'll be able to do that. Everybody's kind of rising to a new standard here. And so we look at the standards, we spell it out. What does the state want me to learn? What is the prerequisite knowledge that students must learn before I can even get started? And then the content vocabulary and academic vocabulary. I think back to when I was in middle school and David Davis was here, and everybody had those FCAT verb walls. And that's basically what that is academic vocabulary that we want to expose students to. You don't have to have a word wall, you can if you want to, but it's just exposing the kids to that testing language and holding those kids to that higher standard because they're going to be held to it on the new testing cycles, that new progress monitoring that's coming out. And so we want to start exposing them there as well. On the second page is the instructional practices, and that's what takes the place of your lesson plans, is you're, again, working with your grade level department. So we would start planning out how we're going to attack those standards. What is the warm-up? Well, first of all, what is the objective? What's the we will, I will, or what's the students will be able to? What do I want the objective for my day to be? And this will change daily. And so the activities, that's a warm-up, you can put links to videos, you can put links to readings. You don't have to put links, but just put them there. Just spell out, how am I going to do this? What are the materials and what's the evaluation method? How do I know that students are accomplishing that daily objective? And there's only 5 rows here. You want to add lots more, I'm sure. But that's what this is for, that collaboration of breaking down the standards. What is our cohesive plan across the department to attack those standards? And what that does is not only does it cultivate collaboration with the department because you're planning it together. It should not be a, hey, I'm going to do this month. It's a, hey, let's all sit down and go through this. But it cultivates that collaboration. It satisfies the state's requirement. And then it's going to open up a window of opportunity for us to work together. So like, If we assess and I see some kids that are struggling, and Russ and Cindy and Sean have just a pocket of kids, let me pull them first period. Let me pull them third period or whatever our schedule allows to remediate, and then I farm my other kids out to them for enrichment. And it just creates for us an opportunity that a lot of us haven't taken advantage of before. This last page is your benchmark analysis page. And so when we go over the lesson plan checklist, you'll see that that's not on there either, because it's built into the curriculum map. What is the benchmark that we're taking? What is the assessment we're taking? And this can be, honestly, just whatever you're using to assess at the end of that unit. What's the data? What do we need to remediate? And what's our action plan? And so hopefully this has kind of cleared some things up. And if you need further clarification, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm looking so forward to this school year, and we're united. And by doing these things together, we're going to be an A school. And so I appreciate your time.